Hi! Yes, I did say the next video was about airplanes, and, next video is still about airplanes, and war crimes, and happy canonically starting the Kuwait oil fires. But I lost a week of my time to the subject of this video. I had to suffer through it, so do you! So, as a VR degenerate, technology and specifically computer issues are unfortunately everyday occurrences. Whether it's USB bandwidth issues because you absolutely need your hip, feet, chest, elbows, cat, aerial hoop, and butt plug all tracked. Garbage tracking because you made the mistake of having a slightly glossy poster, or even worse, a coffee mug in your play space. How dare! Or my personal favorite, vrchat's unofficial 32GB of RAM requirement because it tends to have horrendous memory leaks. Of course, if you've watched my pole dancing streams, watch them, you will be very familiar with the intestinal blockage that is Vbuh Wireless and the unfortunate but uncommon spontaneous disassembly of index controllers. It's not my fault. I do need to make another fixing index controllers video, but for now, my stash of controllers, while thin, is holding on. And anyway, VR is a shiny new technology. There will be growing pains and tech issues, but at least the jank stays in the virtual world, and once I take my headset off and sit down at my work computer, everything is reliable, and I can sit there zooted on Adderall, editing lots and lots of porn, and the occasional ADHD edited YouTube video for you lovely subscribers. Look at this hot video I just finished editing. I'm gonna hit export, sit back and jack off as the PC screams away. Oh! Hey, this PC blue screens sometimes. That's normal, I'm coping. But hey, let's try exporting again, and blue screened again. Maybe third time is the charm, and it blue screened. Again. This is very inconvenient. I kind of make videos for a living, unfortunately, and not being able to export said videos is a bit of an issue that needs to be fixed. But this isn't the start of the problems. Let's jump back a week, because I thought I had fixed this issue already. My PC had blue screened 3 times in a row while I was trying to stream Peak with vibrators in my ass. After the third blue screen, I gave up on streaming, DDU'd my GPU drivers, and installed newer but not the most recent drivers because Nvidia is so shit right now that you have to read Reddit threads to know if the recent drivers are safe to install. But GPU drivers weren't enough. I opened up Event Viewer, only to be visually molested with pages upon pages of error logs. Fun fact, whenever your PC blue screens, or has errors in general, it always saves an error log, saying exactly what went wrong, so you can diagnose and fix the problem. It would really suck if it stopped saving these error logs.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
Over the course of hours, I googled the error codes, found nothing of use, then googled it again with Reddit appended at the end. I hate the internet. Made random registry edits, guided by the light of a YouTube video with 30 likes and 8 comments, and deleted supposedly redundant System32 files, bypassing every protection Windows put in place to prevent me from mucking around because a 2-year-old Reddit thread told me to. Having solved all the errors, I went to bed satisfied that I fixed my Windows and I wouldn't have any more problems for the foreseeable future.
Sometimes foreshadowing.
Back to the present, and maybe this is a bigger issue. Both my CPU and motherboard are suspect to say the least. They were both bought used years ago. Motherboard is an X299 board with 2 dead PCIe slots and a few bent socket pins I got a killer deal on, and it's been through absolutely no abuse. In that less than perfect CPU socket is an Intel i9-10980XE. That i9 was spawned out of pure desperation, made from the tears of engineers, forced against their wills to milk out any meager performance improvements they possibly could out of the rotting corpse that was Intel's 14nm process, despite all of the moral, ethical, and spiritual issues it presented. It was such a disappointment and a failure of a product that Intel took it out back behind the multi-billion-dollar chip foundry and gave their entire HEDT lineup the old Yeller treatment. But let's check the error logs and pray it's not the CPU or motherboard, if those even show up in the error logs at all. Gonna open up Event Viewer real quick and, where's the crash logs? Here is the unexpected shutdown log, and here is the log saying it failed to save the crash log. Consistently, there's a random log saying Windows checked by boot drive and it's healthy. Where's the crash log? And to make my fears worse, the only positive in this situation turned into a negative. I can at least reliably make the system blue screen. That's useful for troubleshooting. and on the blue screen it shows an error code, but upon exporting while recording my screen, because the blue screen only persisted for half a second, I was met with an error code. WHEA unrecoverable error, aka hardware failure! That's the expensive one. Which one failed? Good luck! Okay, I don't like this. I ran mem tests for 12 hours because I've had 4 sticks of Team Group RAM die on me over the years. Fuck you, Team Group. But nope, the 64 gigs of cheapo RAM tested fine. I removed and reinstalled the GPU and 10 gig network card to no avail. Reinstalled all the RAM and re-thermal pasted the CPU to no avail. And out of pure desperation, I sat at my PC for an hour, booting it up, opening my totally paid for copy of 2022 Adobe Premiere Pro, opened the porno I was editing, and hit export, then watch it blue screen over and over and over, insert the insanity quote. And after 20 blue screens, I checked the logs to find nothing. Nothing! But a new issue appeared. Now, after every blue screen, it won't detect the boot drive when it boots up. The motherboard would complain there's no boot device, but after a reboot, it'll boot into Windows. That's concerning. And lucky enough, I found a Reddit thread that said you can make a registry edit and it forces Windows to display more information on the blue screen page. And interesting enough, a really common error code is code 10. That means you have a dead boot drive. Oh, that makes sense. Failing to save log files. Boot drive not being detected after crashing. And 3 to 4 logs before the unexpected shutdown log. There consistently was a boot drive check healthy log. So that's it. I hope my boot drive is dying, but I am a bit of a stupid and I hate spending money unnecessarily. So I want to confirm it's a dead drive before I buy a new one. And I mean, all I have to do is make that registry edit. And if Windows gives me that error code 10 on the blue screen, I will buy a new SSD and be confident that's the solution to all my problems. I made the edit, exported the videos, and there's no code. There's no code on the blue screen. It's not the wrong code. It didn't give me a code. The boot drive is so dead that the registry edits just weren't saving, but I was too dead set on confirming the boot drive was dead to buy the new SSD. Yes, the dead SSD is preventing me from confirming the SSD is dead. I am not a smart man. So over and over and over, I booted up the PC, of course after having to force the motherboard to detect the boot drive, and made the registry edit, opened up Premiere, and held my phone to the screen, recording as I hit export and it blue screened. The whole time, a 2TB Samsung SSD was sitting in my Amazon cart, advertised with 1-day shipping, waiting for me to hit buy. And finally, it worked. I got my error code 10, hit buy on the Samsung drive, and hey, it'll be here tomorrow, so I can fix my PC and be back to editing videos. And if you're curious, the dead drive was a crucial 2TB M.2. I found a ton of threads of people saying the crucials tend to die, and every time I mentioned I had a crucial SSD die, someone in the voice chat would say they had one die too. This is why I bought a Samsung as the new one. I literally have SSDs I bought used 12 years ago, and they still work fine. What the fuck, Crucial? I unfortunately have 2 other Crucial SSDs in this computer, but they are in RAID 1, which means they're copies of each other, and one of them can completely die and the data is still on the other one. Data redundancy is very important, as this video demonstrates. All of my videos and important files are on the redundant drives, but the boot drive has no redundancy, hence why I'm in this whole situation. But running RAID on a boot drive is mildly annoying, and it'll be a Samsung. They're hopefully reliable, so if I have to think about it within the next 8 years, I will be pissed off.
The next day.
Oh boy, I love Amazon, I love consumerism, and I love Amazon 1-day shipping. I love how they waited till the afternoon of the day it was supposed to be here to even bother shipping it. I tried just using my PC, and the dying SSD is so degraded that it blue screens after 5 minutes of the Windows desktop. I shut it off and ripped that dead drive out of it to prevent further damage. Please don't die, I need you! I guess I'll curl up into a ball and cry in the corner, cause I'm so much of a stressed workaholic that not working makes me sad. Luckily, that SSD will be here tomorrow, and I can get my PC running again.
Tomorrow.
That drive is already late. I live in Texas. The SSD is still in the fucking Mormon state. It's not coming today. Fuck you, Amazon. Well, I can't get work done without my PC, so time to drive 2 hours to the nearest Best Buy and 2 hours back. I love America! I love urban sprawl! I sprinted inside the house and commandeered my partner's PC. I installed both the dead and the new SSD into it, and I couldn't find an M.2 screw, but luckily, Duct tape works just fine to hold these fragile electronics together, and surely this won't come to bite me in the ass later.
Sometimes
You can't just copy files from one drive to another when it's a boot drive, gotta copy the partitions and all that other BS, but conveniently, there's some paid backup software that I've used before, and their free trial is just to download, install, and use. Who cares if it expires in a month, because I'm going to uninstall it before then. Oh, well, it used to be easy. Now you need to make an account to even get the download link, but fuck you, I'm going to cutely bypass it with a Google search. So let's install this real quick, and of course it wants an email. Gorilla email to the rescue, and alas, I was forced to make an account with a key smash of a name and a temporary Gorilla email. Fuck you, you can't have my data. I spent a nervous 5 minutes staring at all the drives in the computer before cloning because if I click the wrong button, I erase 10 years of hard work from my partner's computer. I'm a bottom, and I don't like it when people get mad at me. I started the transfer, and after 45 minutes, it failed. It failed. And I started to cry. I really did cry, because the old drive, it must have failed. I mean, it's only a boot drive, but that would be days of reinstalling Windows and all my programs and getting all my settings the way they're supposed to be. Fuck, I don't want to deal with all this. Wait, that error code says the target drive is no longer installed. The fucking duct tape failed. The drive fell out of the computer mid-transfer, and you're going to hate this, and there was nothing you can do about it. But after putting more duct tape on the SSD, I started another clone, and it was successful this time. My sins will not be met with punishment. I will never learn my lesson. Despite all of my crimes and malpractice, I put the new SSD in my PC, booted it up, and exported a video with no issues. It's been a few days. It works. I'm so happy. I hate not working! Crucial agreed to RMA the drive, which is cool, but it's the classic, please try 110 troubleshooting steps that's obviously designed to make you give up on your RMA attempt. Fuck you, Crucial, and fuck you, Amazon. Anyway, Warmonger Happy will be next video. Stay tuned. Bye, Lockheed Stock! Thank you so much to the Patreon subs. It's $3 a month and the support really means the world. Thank you guys so much. Or just subscribe to my family. That's pretty poggers too. Make sure to join the Discord and watch my Twitch streams. This is a threat. I want to see if I can record, edit, and post this video in like 3 days. It normally takes me a month or two to edit videos. Wish me luck! Anyway, watch my streams, support me, love y'all. I'm gonna get back to work. I like working!